Okay, this is part two of my Sufferathon update. Um, if you haven't watched part one yet, pause. It'll be linked in the doobly doo. Go watch it, and then come back and watch this one. Again, I am sorry that this is in two parts. It was a massive video, and my editing program just did not like it. So let's go. Um, 450-page book is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. Also doing a buddy read on that one. So that was really good. If you, oops, that was wrong. There we go. Catabasis. Dante's Inferno meets Susanna Clarke's Piranesi. Catabasis. Noun, ancient Greek. The story of a hero's descent to the underworld. Alice Law has only ever had one goal: to become one of the brightest minds in the field of magic. She has sacrificed everything to make that a reality: her pride, her health, her love life, and most definitely her sanity. All to work with Professor Jacob Grimes at Cambridge, the greatest magician in the world. That is, until he dies in a magical accident that could possibly be her fault. Grimes is now in hell, and she is going in after him, because his recommendation could hold her very future in his now incorporeal hands, and even death is not going to stop the pursuit of her dreams. Nor will the fact that her rival, Peter Murdoch, has come to the very same conclusion. With nothing but the tales of Orpheus and Dante to guide them, okay, there's more than just those two, enough chalk to draw the pentagrams necessary for their spells, and the burning desire to make all the academic trauma mean anything, they set off across hell to save a man they don't even like. But hell is not like the storybooks say. Magic isn't always the answer, and there is something in Alice and Peter's past that could forge them into the perfect allies, or lead them to their doom. 5 stars. Right off the bat. R.F. Kuang did it again. It made me feel nostalgic for college. And not because of like friends and social things, but because of that like in-depth learning, that hunger for learning something new. I know, I'm weird. I like learning, I liked school. Leave me alone. Um, a few complaints. Alice is annoying through like 75-80% of the book. Really, she just reminds me of a younger me. I was annoying. I get it. Gotta give her a few years. Professor Grimes is horrible. Should not be a teacher. Despicable man. Um, Peter just needs to get out of his head and talk to people about shit. Um, Spoiler for what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but he needs to get his head out of his ass and start talking to people. Um, okay. R.F. Kuang has a way with language. It's not like super flowery, flowy prose, but at the same time it's like not prose. I don't know. If you've read an R.F. Kuang book, or I guess if you've read Babel, you know what I'm talking about. Excuse me. There is no need for that. Um, I am not a maths person, but man, this book made me want to take up some kind of extensive math. It's crazy. Um, this story is just a beautiful, beautiful mix of the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice. What is I saying? Dante's Inferno and Piranesi. If you have not read Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, go read that first. Then read Catabasis. Amazing. Um, the characters are complicated and messy and annoying and frustrating, and I love them. I love them so much. I I think more and more, I don't know why, but a lot of genres are leaning more into the very two-dimensional, like our characters can't be bad, they can't do anything bad. No, Give me complicated characters. Give me 3D characters who feel real and fully formed. Don't give me these 2D nonsense characters. And I think RF these characters, there were times where I hated them. But there are also times where I was like, yeah, we would be best friends and rivals because I would be competing with you. Gorgeous. Loved it. Please read it. But first, read Piranesi by Susanna Clark, please. All right. A Dram of Fresh Water by Becky James. This was, I had to read with a cat on the cover, but this book also got me to remove a prompt, so I will be eventually removing that. This was just a simple little shifter romance. It is a cat shifter and a seal, a selkie? Yeah. Yeah, I can't really do a synopsis of this because it's going to give away way too much. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was cute. It wasn't great. It was a simple read. I might read the rest of the series. We'll see. And then because, I don't know, I did something to piss off Eli that day, I had to read 2 books with cats on it. So then the other book was called A Tiger's Gift by Ariel Marie. Again, it's a shifter book. And this one is, it starts the year after a one night stand. And she is pregnant and has had the baby. This is not a get like it says, right? Yeah. I don't know, it was okay. I'm not a kid person. So the fact that we just like boom started with a kid, I was like, ugh. So if there's other books in the series, I probably won't read it. But if you're okay with that, read it. It was fun. It was simple. It's 156 pages. It's not gonna take you that long. It was kind of hot, but I only gave it 3 stars. And then that is also a HRCYED book. Ugh, okay. Ugh, Sam, if you're watching this, why did you make me read Cravings? One of our extra prompts was to read a book that gave us a headache because somebody else was having a headache. And I decided to read Cravings by D.E. McCluskey? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna put a spoiler warning up. If you have a very sensitive stomach, do not watch this part. Okay? Just don't. I am going to read the live DMing I was doing while I was reading this book. I gotta find it. There it is. Okay. What the fuck am I reading? I knew she ate poop, but somebody else's and not just her own? Oh my god, she basically took a bath in someone else's shit. As a former preschool teacher, I've had another person's shit on me, but this is insane. Ew, no. Her husband has a colostomy bag. I know what's going to happen. It's fucking smoothie time. What the fuck kind of hospital is this? Anyways, no time alone with your dying spouse? That's some bullshit. No, Roger was dead. Boo-hoo, she had a baby to feed. What? This is why I don't want kids, Sam. The fucking parasite is making you eat shit and not care about your spouse. Okay, well, that's an erotica I won't be reading. Fuck the shitman. She fucked a man made out of shit, and then she still craved shit after giving birth. Blech. Done. I gave it 2 stars. Okay, so that was my literally what I was sending to. I'm gonna call you my friend, Sam. You're my friend now. But yeah, so yeah, Sharon Eagle's Headache, Cravings. That was awful. It was awful. 2 stars. Disgusting, horrible, bad. Also, I did read Master of the Meat Cute, which we had the extra prompt of read the opposite of what you're currently reading. And my current read was Shogun. So, it's historical, it's a war book. Opposite of that, I went with contemporary romance. Master of the Meat Cute by Cassie May. It is a novella, and it is point 0.5. It's like a prequel to a series. It was cute though. He knows everything about love, or not. I don't know it. I know damn well nothing about love. And guess who just drew romantic comedy for his directorial assignment? Well, he's got two thumbs and they're pointing way down. But this final is the last before I earn that coveted degree and set myself in a real director's seat. With my grant money burning a hole in my pocket, I am determined to get the highest of praises from my professor, even if I have to write and direct a damn romantic comedy. It was funny. It was cute. It's 72 pages. The main characters, Landon and Liz, can I just tell you how weird it is to read a romance novel where the female main characters is Liz? That was weird. But at least I didn't have to DNF it because the main male character's name was my brother's name. Never again. No, Luke. No. Yeah, it was cute. It was fun. It's what you expect out of contemporary romance. I really enjoyed it. I might read the rest of the series, although I read a sneak peek of the first book and I saw something about pregnancy test. I don't like kids, as I've said, so I don't know. I did give this 4 stars. Um, uh, I don't know why I only gave it 4 stars. It's a romantic comedy book. I think that's just where kind of I top off at is 4 stars. So nothing major. Okay, and then we're going to get into this big one where I had to read a book of every age group. Alright, picture book. I did The Night Before Christmas. It's a cute little version where everybody is a mouse. Even Santa. Santa is a mouse riding in like a normal sized sleigh with reindeer pulling it. That was a little weird. It still makes me laugh. It's just The Night Before Christmas. It's fine. It's good. It's a cute little children's story with really pretty pictures. 5 stars. Middle grade. I read Fish in a Tree by Linda Mullally Hunt. I did the audiobook version of this. It was so much better than I was expecting. Like, it's a middle grade book. I was like, yeah, whatever. No. Fully made me cry in a couple of spots. So the main character has undiagnosed dyslexia. She is the daughter of, I think he's a captain in the army. At any rate, so, army brat, moves around a lot. Basically single mother, because dad is always gone. And at the time of the book, he's actually deployed. So fully out of the picture for an indeterminate amount of time. And our main character is always, not only is she always moving around, always the new kid, always trying to fit in, but apparently she always becomes the problem child. And at the beginning of the book, we learn that her new teacher in this new school is going on maternity leave. She, the poor girl, accidentally gives her teacher, who's going on maternity leave, a sympathy card because she couldn't read the word sympathy because of her dyslexia. She just thought that it had yellow roses on it and it was pretty. But she's getting this new teacher, it's a new start, yada yada yada. And this new teacher is young, like I'm gonna say he's probably fresh out of school. Um, Not a student teacher. He's like, this is an actual like placing for him. And he is everything I wanted to be in a teacher. Um, he is specializing in special education, like going back to school for that. And the way he treats the main character and the other characters in the story, he is what teachers should be. There is a little boy with ADHD in the class, and he sets up a signal for the boy for when he needs to like settle down, take it down, sit down, quiet down. And it's just a very unobtrusive pull on his ear. There is, of course, our main character has dyslexia. Um, what? I'm trying to record. And he, eventually sets up like extra practice for her and learns that she is a tactile person, and so sets up different ways to help muscle memory and writing. And just it's beautiful. It's a great story for not only middle school kids to make them feel like, it's a story that they're going to connect with even if they don't have dyslexia or any kind of learning disability, because there's bullying that goes on. And what in the world are you doing? um but it's also, how to be nice to one another, how to accept people. It's also a good story for adults to read, to maybe see some of those other things. 5 stars. Honestly, it's a 6-star read for me. I cried multiple times. Um, The Dark Cove Theater Society was my young adult book, and can I just say, I picked this at random because it was available at my library, and then I had the Discord choose out of a poll. So good. It's such a good choice. This is a debut novel by Sierra Marilyn Riley. You may recognize that name. Apparently, she's been in a couple of Hallmark things. Currently in, shoot, what is it? Mistletoe Murders, which I need to look up that series once I get Hallmark. So, debut novel. An inspiring young actor must find her place at a cutthroat arts boarding school in this gothic YA debut for fans of Ace of Spades and Weaverville. Violet Costantino knows she is already on thin ice this school year. Her scholarship has taken a significant hit due to her final panic attack during her final performance in acting class last semester, which simultaneously shattered her dreams of becoming a leading lady. This year, she is determined to keep her head down and just get through unscathed, but the school seems to have other plans for Violet. To her extreme foreboding, she is cast as one of the leads in the annual Halloween play. What's worse, this beautiful, infuriatingly talented Frankie Lynn and Violet's ex-crush, Hunter Kinsley, are both cast as her love interest. They do Midsummer Nights. She gets Helena. Ooh, maybe I should have spoiled that. Um, y'all, this was so good. This is a YA book that didn't annoy me. How is that possible? It's also queer. A lot of her friends are queer. Her best friend is Two Spirit. I don't know if the representation is good. It didn't seem stereotypical or like harmful or in any way. Um, 5 stars. Amazing 5 stars. Um, I literally, my review is a queer gothic mystery on a cold and dark island off the coast of British Columbia that is home to 200 theater kids. The first YA book I've read in a long time that didn't make me feel annoyed at the youngness of the characters. It's it's so good. It was so good. I have nothing more to say. It felt natural. The characters felt whole. They didn't feel like just whiny little kids. Amazing. Um, okay, so that is it for Sufferathon. I am currently reading Shogun still. It's going to take me a while. I am also currently reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Hopefully I can get those finished by the end of the month. All right, now let's move on to HRCYED. So the books that I read just for HRCYED, honestly, were there any that I read for just for HRCYED before that one? Oh, yes, that one I read for HRCYED. Okay, so most of these, all of the ones that I've gone over already, I was able to like place in both readathons. However, I've got two that were just HRCYED. The first one was A Snake Falls to Earth by Darcy Little Badger. That I read for Indigenous Heritage Month. Darcy is, oh shoot, I can't remember. Apache? Is she Apache? Yeah, member of the Lipan Apache tribe of Texas. I'm going to definitely be reading more from her because they're very good. This one is a young adult book. Nina is a Lipan girl from our world. She's always felt that there was something more out there. She still believes in the old stories. Ollie is a cottonmouth kid from the land of spirits and monsters. Like all cottonmouths, he's been cast from his home. He's found a new one on the banks of the bottomless lake. Nina and Ollie have no idea the other exists, but a catastrophic event on Earth and a strange sickness that befalls Ollie's best friend will drive their worlds together in ways they haven't been in centuries. And there are some who will try to keep them apart. Each story is a different perspective. So there will be, or not each story, each chapter. So there is a chapter focused on Ollie in the reflecting world. That's what it's called. And then there is a chapter from Nina in the real world. And it just goes back and forth until they merge and they meet each other. And then it's still a chapter from Ollie's perspective, a chapter from Nina's perspective. So it never gets confusing. Pay attention to chapter titles, though. Those will tell you. This is a great book. I would like to know how close some of it is to like the Lipan Apache like folklore and myths. I'd like to know how like some of the stories that we get told are those actual like stories that are oral tradition and passed down. It's really good though. I gave it 5 stars. Yeah. Nothing more in my review. The second book that I read just for HRCYED, I actually just finished yesterday. I read it yesterday, one day. And that's A Mouthful of Dust by the Singing Hill, or by Nevo. It is book 6 of the Singing Hills cycle, and like all the rest of them, it was amazing. Huh. Okay. Hunger makes monsters in this dark new tale in Nevo's Hugo Award-winning Singing Hills cycle. Wandering cleric Shi of the Singing Hills and the Hupoe companion, almost brilliant, come to the river town of Baolin, chasing stories of a legendary famine. Amid tales of dishes served to royalty and desserts made of dust, they discover the secrets of what happens when hunger stalks the land and what the powerful will do to hide their crimes. Trapped in the mansion of a sinister magistrate, Chi and Almost Brilliant must learn what happened in Baolin when the famine came to call, and they must do so quickly because the things in the shadows are only growing hungrier. It's so stinking good. So I know that I said that this is book 6 of the Singing Hills cycle, but each of the books is a novella, very easy to get through, and they're all standalone. You can read them in any order. The tie-in is Chi and Almost Brilliant. And oh, please, please read them. Chi is non-binary. It's amazing. I mean, just once again, it's just gorgeous writing and intriguing and a little bit of darkness, but there's always hopefulness in it. And I love it so much. I truly love this story. I binged like the first 4 books last year when I found them. But I read that for new release of October as well as non-binary representation. Now, like I said, I was able to fit all of the books I read for Sufferathon in HRCYED prompts. So, with that said, I was able to finish my animals prompt. So right here, you'll see a little animals prompt. For house pets, I read Deerskin because her dog is a huge part of it. For exotic pets, we have 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Mice. People keep mice. I'm pretty sure that they're considered exotic because I know gerbils and hamsters are considered exotic pets. So I'm pretty sure that mice are too. And then we have farm animals. I read Alice in Wonderland, The White Rabbit, of course. Wild Animals was Scary Stories for Young Foxes, which I read back in October. And then for zoo animals, I had Tua and the elephant. So I just like naturally was able to fit all of these in, and I finished this prompt, which I think is kind of amazing. So 20 books read. I have 7 days left of the month. I would really like to get done with this like by the age bracket. So that's Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. That's Squeak, which is going to be my adult book. It's sentient, inanimate sentient object erotica, because why not? And then probably an H.G. Wells book. And then the secret prompt for November in HRCYED is also like 7 books long. It's insane. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I have it all listed someplace. So what that's for is we had to read a classic you've put off, which was Alice in Wonderland. As the reward, I did get to bring Misophonia that I read back in like May or July or something. Brought that up and put it into HRCYED for the translation prompt. Then I had a book on your shelf that you haven't read yet. That was Catabasis. And for the reward, I brought Original Daughter up for BIPOC author. And then it's a recently got book, which is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. So that's going to be doing like triple duty across different things. Hopefully, if I can finish that one in the next 7 days, I'm going to bring up Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea for BIPOC author. A forever book, which I'm going to read Awaken by Sky Malone. It's some mermaid book. I got it for free like back in like 2018. I've never read it. I need to read it. If I do get that read, I'm going to bring Daughter of the Moon Goddess up for BIPOC author. Constantly recommended. I read Cravings. That book was horrible, Sam, but you were constantly recommending it. So I read it. And as my reward, I'm bringing up Frankenstein up and using that as an adaptation. Then Procrastinating is Hunting Adeline. I really need to read that book. I've had those books since like August from a coworker. I really need to read it. And that one, if I do get it done, I'm going to do one of our own and bring that up for BIPOC author. And then finally, the last one is Next on your TBR, which that's going to be, you know, just whatever is next. And that reward is going to be Africa Rising, and I will also bring that up for BIPOC author. I have them all planned out. I just need to read them, and that means not spending so much time on Discord. I need to stop watching stuff and start reading more. Um, but I can do this, right? I can do this. Yeah, I can read. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to read 5 more books in 7 days. I can do that. All right. 5 books in 7 days. I can do this, I think. Anyways, this is over an hour long. My hair has just, yep, gotten worse. And I can hear my cat chewing on plastic. So peace out. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching me. I really do appreciate it. So far in November, what's your favorite book that you've read so far? If you're in Sufferathon with me, how close are you to finishing? Make me feel bad. Tell me in the comments how close you are to finishing.